Hi, everyone. Ann Butler here with Bella Crafts Publishing. We are so excited today. We have Dress My Craft, who is doing a special Christmas in July project with you. I know this is a different time, so a lot of you might not be here live and you might be watching the replay, but you can still like, comment, and share with the hashtag Bella Crafts to enter this week's giveaway. And this week's giveaway is from Dress My Craft. So you will get some of their fabulous products. And what else is new? This is 4 and 6 hours earlier than our normal time. And we're going to do a few lives with Dress My Craft. So we will always announce when that is happening, and it will be at this earlier time because they're in India and we want to adjust for that. And right now I'm going to hi, Isabel. I knew you would be here because you're in Scotland, so this makes it easy for you. I'm going to bring Dress My Craft in here right now, and she's going to say a few words before Anu comes in and does the project. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, everyone. A very, very super early morning to all of you. I know this is such a beautiful time for all of you to get up, but I know it's difficult as well sometimes because you are like, oh, I need to sleep. I know this is not the time to get up. But thank you so much. Thank you very much for still turning up at this hour, which is not a common and easy hour for a crafter to go online and learn something. And I really appreciate and I really appreciate all the team members from Bella Crafts to be able to adjust so much with us. Thank you so much.
Yes, we are excited for anybody that can be here live. And the more of these we do with you, the more people will realize, okay, get up because it's so worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Looking forward. So I would just quickly do one thing. I'll quickly share a lovely glimpse of this card, what is there for today for everyone. So it's going to be a lovely Christmas card. As we know, we are all getting set ready for the Christmas. So we thought we'll just do something beautiful with all of you. And instead of using too many things, we used just one particular thing and we glammed it up in a very beautiful and a simple way. So I want to show you the front part of this card. This is how it looks like. Look at this. And once we adjust the camera, then you'll be able to see the exact view of it. So if you see, it's a wonderful card. Before I go ahead and talk more about the card, I want to introduce to you the person who has created this beautiful card, and I want to get her on the camera. And I'm super excited to have her today with me because she's gonna be your instructor and she's gonna be taking care of everything. So super excited to have our lovely designer Anu Thakur. Can we all just welcome her? Lovely. Okay, so that's Anu, who is the creator for this card, and she's gonna be your instructor for the today. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. I want to say a big thank you to N and as well the Bella Crafts team for having us. So Anu, over to you. Would you like to say something about the card?
I'm very excited for Christmas in July. First of all, Christmas is a wonderful, wonderful, season. The entire feel is very festive and joyous. So I'm truly excited. I hope you are excited as well. We're going to be learning some amazing techniques in this card and you will enjoy throughout.
Absolutely. So looking forward. So what we'll do is we'll manually make a small adjustment with all of you and we request you to bear with us. And we'll just quickly fix up the camera and we are good to go. And let me just flip the camera so that you guys can see the correct screen. Give me a second. And I'm just looking forward for the right button so that we can just kind of flip the camera.
Oh, okay. We lost them for just a second. I am sure that they will get their camera fixed. They were just flipping it. So here, I see they're back here. Let me see. There. Are you? Oops. Nope. It's kind of tricky when you're moving the camera to make everything happen. So let's give them a minute. I was just putting in the comments to leave your comments and questions over here and I will ask them in the end. Okay, I think they're back.
Perfect.
I see
Yes.
hands there.
Yeah, perfect. So I think let us know if everything is okay for everyone to go ahead. Then I'll ask Anu to probably take care of it. And I'll
Everything,
just,
yep.
is it okay? Is all okay? Is it upside down or
Nope, it's the right way. We're good.
is it right way? Okay. She said it's the right way. Is it the right way now?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So now we can see it perfect. Thank you so much for everyone to bear with us. So I'll make it sure that now Anu is the one who's taking care of it. And just giving a last thought, we just thought we should clean up the camera for a moment so that you guys can see the card more beautifully. Okay, Anu, that's yours.
Thank you so much, everyone, for bearing with us for these couple of seconds while we were adjusting the camera. So here I'm giving you a nice and close-up glimpse of the card that which we will be doing today in the class. And in this card, you will see then we have a beautiful background. That's a beautiful embossed background, but this is not embossing actually. We have added and we have used the die cutouts to create that seamless mini slimline background for you in a monochromatic way where we have used the white on white to give it a nice snowy and Christmassy feel. And on top we have combined a bright red color. So white and red are the colors of Christmas. So we thought of combining these two colors and create something simple and something magical. So we are ready with the process. So let's begin. I hope my audio is clear.
It's good.
It's good. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So we're going to first begin with some chopping, cutting and chopping for the cardstocks we will be using today. So we have a beautiful ivory cardstock. We've chosen the ivory cardstock for this card. You may choose a white one as well. I like ivory. Let me just show which one I'm using. So this is the one. I like ivory because it's not too white and it gives that snowy feel more to me. So I have this with me, and on using this, I'm going to chop it for my cardstocks as well as my panels. So we have the measurements written over here. We would love to share it later on after the live is over. However, we want to take a note of these measurements from the live itself. You can go ahead and do that. So firstly, we begin with the card base. For the card base, we have chosen this measurement 6 1/4 by 6.5. So this is what I will be cutting. For that, I will open up this extended arm. So that's 6 1/4 inches. And then I'll just simply rotate my paper and cut it again at 6.5. This will be the panel for my card base. Moving forward, I would need 2 more panels on the white. One goes at 3 1/8 by 6 1/8, and the other one is 3 by 6. So let's cut that. Here, I will cut this at 3 1/8. So because they are matting panels, so they will be a 1/8 inches shorter in the size. So that's 3 1/8 by 6 1/8. Here, you've got it. For the last one, it will be 3 by 6. So let's cut at 6 here. And then we will cut at 3. You may resize this card as per your liking as well. If you are more familiar with the standard size of cards, for example, for this mini slimline, if you generally create 3 by 6 inch card bases, then you can just reduce 1/8 inches and 1/8 inches for the other two mattings. So this is what we have got so far. This way. Right now, we're going to move forward to the next color on this card, which is the red. That's a beautiful classic red cardstock. I'll quickly show you here. That's the one. It's a very rich and a bright red color, and it's a perfect one to create all your holiday projects. So for this one, the size I am cutting here is 1.5 by 3 1/4 inches. The size I have taken is as per the sentiment I have chosen here. If you plan on writing a different sentiment, and if that sentiment is smaller, you can go ahead and choose a smaller panel for the same accordingly. If you choose to write a bigger sentiment, then you can go ahead and increase the size of this red panel as well. Now, for this one, for the exact same sentiment, we are taking the size at 1.5 inches by 3 1/4 inches. That ways. So in total, we have cut 4 panels for this card. One is a card base, second is a matting, third is a card front where all the background is going to go, and the last one here is for the sentiment. That's all what you need to cut on your paper trimmers. I hope it is all clear so far. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in between. Okay. We are moving forward to the next step, which includes some scoring. The scoring that we need to do is on the card base panel, which is your 6.25 by 6.5 inches. Now on the 6.5 inch side, we will score at 3.25 inches here. Okay. So we will add a nice score line in the center like that. And this will make the folding process easier for us. Now I'm going to just fold this down, making sure the edges meet nicely. And I'm going to just pinch it with my fingers. Now pinching with fingers are not just enough. You have to really burnish this side. If you do not do that, your card base will keep popping up like this again and again, right? So in order to do that, in order to make your card bases nice and flat, this is the tool which we generally use, and it is one of our favorite tools. So all you have to do is you have to just simply swipe this tool with a very gentle pressure onto the fold line. Do it for both the sides, and you will see your card base will fall flatter than before. This is how you will get your card base. So it is a wonderful tool. It is called an Ergo bone folder. It is made of a Teflon material which is very soft and smooth to touch. And the best part is it does not put a lot of pressure on your hands while working with it. So just in case if you have, any joint pains, if you are suffering from arthritis or, any such issue, then for sure this is going to be a great help in that matter. And it is non-stick, so no dirt and no anything sticks to it. Everything comes off very easily. It's quite good, and it really helps you in all the crafting. Now once you have your base done and all the panels are here, we can start, and we can start the background, start with the background and the sentiment. Now for the background, what we need, we actually need these beautiful cutouts for that. Now from where to get these cutouts? I'm going to share the die which we have used today. That's a beautiful die, and it looks great on all your, I can say, holiday projects. So this is a very cute die. The name itself is Cute Houses. So it has this cute, I can say cartoony feel to it. These looks amazing. And let me just show you the actual dies. These are not very small as you see in the packaging. They're quite nice size. So it is going to, look good on your mini slimline sizes, and it also going to look good on your standard as well as big slimline sizes as well. So on all the three sizes, these dies works wonderfully. And along with this, we have a beautiful die for the trees as well. which is winter trees. So the name itself is winter trees, and these two are one of those dyes which we always pick whenever we are creating any holiday card or any winter card like that. So these are the two dyes which we have used in the background. Now I would like to share the dye cutting for the same. Now, because we are doing tone on tone, that means we are doing white on white to give that beautiful embossed effect. So that is called faux embossing. It is not actual embossing, but it gives you an impression of embossing, right? So to, so to give that beautiful, beautiful feel of faux embossing, this is what we have done. We have actually die cut these couple of these houses as well as couple of these winter trees on the same ivory cardstock. It is very important that you use the same cardstock if you want to give that faux embossing effect. However, if you're planning to, change both of these cardstock, you will get a different look altogether, right? So this is what we have got. You can cut as many houses as you can, depending upon how much area, how engaged you want the background to be. If you want a loose background which has a lot of empty spaces, go for lesser die cutouts. If you want just closed and engaging background, a filled background like what we have done here, you can go for multiple cutouts as per your liking. Now we have cut these already to fasten up the process, right? Along with this, what else we have cut? We have also, prepared the sentiment as well in advance. For this sentiment, what we have used in today's card is this mini small alphabet die set. So it has a alphabet from A to Z in lowercase. It is the cutest, I can say, the alphabet die I have, came across. And this is something which pairs very well with all of your, styles of crafting. This is very cute, and the sentiments when you're going to cut on it, they're going to look really nice. So I'm just setting them up. Look at this. So it says Christmas blessings. We have chosen the exact same sentiment which we have used in the original card. However, you can feel free to write anything because you have an alphabet die. So the possibilities and the choices became endless. You may write anything. You may write Merry Christmas as well. You may write Merry and Bright as well. Um, Peace and joy as well. Anything, any sentiment, if you whatever you want to write, you can write using these alphabet dies. Now we will talk about the alphabet dies a little later on. Before that, we will work on the background. How to work with the background, let's understand that first. So I'm going to take the top panel first, which is this one, which is 3 by 6 inches. And I'm going to keep rest of them aside so that we do not have any confusions. Now, how to actually go ahead and add and create this beautiful faux background. So you have to be really playful, and while you are creating the background, all you have to do is just one thing, which is enjoy, right? That is what you actually need to do. You need to just randomly place all these houses and just fill the spaces with these winter trees. That's all what I have actually done here. So you start anywhere from your on your background. We want to start from here. Maybe just add one here, one here. Maybe this is looking great here. If you want to add this here, add this. Let's add this one here, little above this one, and a one here, right? So this is how if you have placed it. Now, roughly, this is what roughly I have done. And for rest of the things, you just fill it with your winter trees, right? Because houses and trees, something which combines and completes a landscape, right? So accordingly, what you can do. So this is a pair of 3 trees attached to this base. If you're liking this base as well, you can use it. However, what I have done is because I was more wanting to add the trees only, so I have chopped them off. So what I have done, I have simply chopped them from the bottom this way. So all the trees I have used in the background, I have chopped them off and I've used them separately. So separating the trees gives me more scope of playing around with them. Now, wherever you feel there's more space, you can add bigger trees. Wherever you feel there's less space, you can add thinner trees, like that. Okay. Accordingly, you need to just simply fill the space and enjoy the process. The more you're going to enjoy it, the more beautiful it is going to come out. Again, go ahead and simply place whatever you're liking here, here. Let's add more. Look at that. So I'm happy with how it is going so far. Look at that. Yeah, perfect. If there's anything that you want to put behind the houses, you can go ahead and do that too. If you feel you want this tree behind the house, you can do that as well. Same for this one. If you want to add this behind, you can do that. And this is how it is. This is how the entire layout comes to life, right? Don't worry about if it is going if it is looking good or if it is not looking good. The more random you're going to place the things, it is going to look perfectly well. Now that you have a rough layout planned for the background, all you have to do is just keep picking up the things one by one and start adding all of these elements and start sticking them to the base. Okay. For the sticking part, I would highly recommend you take help of your tweezers, any tweezers which you use. Here I'm using this fine and sharp tip tweezers from Dress My Craft. So this is going to give me a nice hold on my element. And then with the help of some tacky glue, I'm going to be adding this onto my base. This way. Now you may start anywhere and making sure I'm starting near to the edge of the paper so that it is not looking quite empty. It is looking nice and filled because that is the idea. Start placing each element one by one. Now, if you feel that the space on the trees are quite, small and you're not able to put a lot of glue over there, make sure that you have your craft mat and you can always take extra glue and wipe it off this way so that you get nice spread of the glue behind, which is going to make your task easier. You can even take out some glue on your craft mat like this. You just pick up the glue from here. For the thinner, elements, it's sometimes very, time taking, and it's also sometimes very tiring to add, glue at such tiny pieces of die cutouts. So it's better that you take out the glue on your mat, just tap, 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 and you get the glue on your cutouts. And it will give you a perfect stick. Make sure whatever element you are adding, because we are adding half elements, they're going out as well. So all the elements must get stuck very well from these edges. If the edges are not stuck properly, you will have to add them again, right? And in that thing, there's a good chance that you break the elements. There's a good chance that curve the element in such a way that they get a dent over there. So to avoid those dents, you can always, make sure that they are stuck nicely from the edges. Once you stick these elements, there's one more step which you always follow, is that press this down very nicely. Sometimes if we just add it and do not press it at the same time, your elements does not stick very well. So pressing and burnishing is very important while you are doing it. So burnishing is always and always perfect when you use the Ergobone folder. So this is how it is. Let me just quickly remove this and share it with you. So this is how the elements are going to look once stuck. Now, as it is a long panel, we have done some homework for you all because the sticking process remains same. Just lift one element, stick it as per your design, as per the layout that you have created. So what we have done is we have done some homework for you all. and we have actually prepared a panel which is almost done. So once you are adding all of these elements throughout, some are behind as well. For the houses, this is where you reach. So I have two more elements to add onto this panel, which I'm going to be adding, and then I'll tell you that how to give it a nice cut as well. Okay. Let's add the glue here. I'm going to add glue to the entire element. Tap, tap, tap. Excess glue I always take out because when it oozes out on your background, it does not look that great. So here again, I'm overlapping onto the tree, making sure that it fits nicely inside the card panel. Perfect. And lastly, we'll go ahead and add the tree. Now the colors we are using here is white and red. However, if we're going to turn these houses and make these houses into colors using colored cardstocks, they're going to look adorable. So I will be sharing, after this panel, I'll be sharing some cutouts from a different card with you all. And you will see once colored, they're going to look perfect. They're going to look really bright and nice. So once you are done adding everything, make sure you once again burnish all these cutouts very well so that they're nice and flat and none of them have anything coming out, right? So once you reach to this level, the next thing is you allow the panel like a couple minutes to dry and settle down completely. And after that, you take your precision scissors and you chop off the extra cuttings like this. You may do it with the help of your trimmers as well. However, I like to do it more with my scissors. It gives me more control. And once done, this is how the entire panel is going to look like. Look at that. So this itself looks beautiful. And you can even write something here in gold as well. It's going to look great, right? And if you want, there's one more idea that I'm sharing here. If you want to just use that spotlight method where you spotlight a particular house or a tree or something, right, or a neighborhood, you want to highlight that, you want to lift it up, you can always take a colored house and you can maybe, this is a complete house over here, so you can add a colored house at this spot, add a green tree over here, and these two elements are going to spotlight on your card, and rest of the houses and rest of the elements are white, and you can here write a sentiment merry christmas, and you're going to actually take the same idea and turn it into a beautiful colored spotlight card as well. So that's another technique you can actually do. Okay, so far we have reached till where we have completed our background. Next up, what we need to do is, next up, I actually need to clean my craft mat first because I don't want any of the glue to get stuck to my card. So allow me to clean this up. Meanwhile, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in the frame the sentiment cutouts we have and the red panel. Okay, so now here I'm going to share a quick tip with you all that how you can get this nice and straight on your panel, right? So to get this sentiment nice and straight, because we generally, I can say struggle with getting our sentiment straight on any such kind of a panel, or especially on our card when we add directly to the card base, right? So what I generally use is I like to use my tools in the right way. So this is a Craft Pro ruler, which is a transparent ruler, as you see, and it has grid lines in it. So there's a lot of grid lines which are there on this ruler, and using these grid lines always and always you will get the nice and straight, alignment for any of your elements on a card or on a base, anything, right? Now, how to use this ruler? All you have to do is take your panel onto which you want to align any of the element. Now, on the edge of that panel, you need to align your scale. Now, because this is transparent and it has black grid lines, you are easily able to see through the ruler very easily, and it's convenient for you to see and place your element or place your sentiment on top of it very easily. Okay. Now, to make sure that my panel does not move while I'm adding elements to it, it is always a great idea to take a low tack tape like this, and you just stick your panel from two sides. This allows you to keep the panel in place at all times like that. Perfect. Now I'm aligning my scale, keeping a 1/4 inches, that means a 1/4 inch gap from the bottom, and then I'm sticking my sentiment. So first you can do is you can simply add your sentiment like this and pick one by one, add glue to it. However, what I'm gonna do is, because I know where I'm placing what, I'm gonna go straight up, adding glue over there. This way. Whoops, I dropped it. It's totally fine. It happens. That's totally fine. Okay. We will hide it up. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, wipe off the excess glue which is there. With the help of my scale, I will add this here. Press it down with the help of my ergo, and I'm good to go. Right? So this is one way you can do it. You can grab each letter one by one, one by one, one by one, and start adding it, right? There's another way which you can do it. Let me just share that with you as well. So you take a craft mat like this. You align your cuttings here nice and straight. So I'm quickly doing it. Each letter one by one. We have not added glue to it. Not yet. I'm simply aligning it using my scale. The G goes a little here. So let's avoid adding G for the time being because the alignment for the G is going to be different. And then we have S. So this is a letter without the B, right? Rest of the letters. Now, I'm going to remove G from here because G is going to be aligned a little lower. The next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Scotch tape again. See how much I need for the sentiment. Now, if you feel that the Scotch tape has a lot of adhesive on it, I'm going to remove some of the adhesive by adding it onto my hand like that, just to remove that a lot of tackiness. Once you have it, I'm going to hold this here and I'm going to pick this up. Okay, there you have it. All of these letters in one go, right? Now, you hold this here, take your glue and add the glue on these individual letters. This is a hack which I generally use when I have long sentiments, long letters to be stuck to a place. So I've added all the glue here. Now take this and align it here. What you can do is, again, you just align your ruler first, because that way you will know where the letters are going to come straight, and then you will align rest of your letters. Press them down, making sure they stick nicely. Now, slowly and gently, what we will do, we will remove the tapings, okay? So I'm going to remove this. Press it down, make sure it sticks well. Press it down, press it down, press this down. Let's do that, and look at that. So here with this hack, instead of adding all the things one by one, one by one, you can always do this hack where you are taking a scotch tape or any low tack tape, picking up the entire sentiment in one go, and just sticking the entire sentiment in one go. If any of these letters you feel a little bit tilted, because it happens sometimes, you're picking it up and you're setting it around, there is a chance that some of the letters might go a little here and there. That's totally fine because you can always realign them with the help of your tweezers very easily, and you got your sentiments there in one go. For the special letters like long letters, you can add them individually as well, like this. So I hope if you feel that adding individual letters to your cards are a tedious job, then for sure this hack is going to really be helpful for you all. Look at this. Okay, perfect. So I'm happy with the results we have got. Okay, this is looking perfect to me. Let's add the tiny little dot for the eye as well. This way. Oops. Perfect. Done. And the same way you can go ahead and add the word Christmas as well. Right? Okay. So let me just remove this and bring it a little close to the camera so that you can just see that it has come nicely. Done. Now, same way, what we can do is we can add the word Christmas as well. So I'm going to give this to my team. She's going to help me out adding these letters because it is a repetitive process. She's doing that for me. Meanwhile, what I can do is as I promised, right? I will be giving you a sneak peek at the at those colorful houses, right? Which we have. So these are the colorful houses we have, right? Look at this. If you're going to, cut them in different colors, you're really going to get some amazing results like these. And I have a beautiful inspiration as well to share with you all. But first, I'm going to just place it over here and share with you that how it looks. Look at this. If you want to spotlight a house anywhere on your background, in the same background, this is how it is going to look like, right? And you can add a tree over here, the green one, and the entire rest of the background is plain. You can simply write Merry Christmas over here, and it's going to look beautiful, right? Now, using these colorful houses, we have a beautiful, shadow box style uh, inspiration for you all. Let me just quickly share it with you. I'm sure you guys going to really enjoy it. So here you go. This is a beautiful inspiration we are sharing with you. It's a 3D car that you see. It has a multiple layers combined together and the same cute houses die which we have used in multiple different combinations like these, the green trees we have prepared onto which we've added some snow like that. That's a snowy background on the back. Look at this.
This is so amazing, Anu. And I would want to jump in between so that I can show something really interesting. And if you see here, this die is so versatile and it is so amazing that not just that you can create this background so beautifully with this die, the colors also does a beautiful job. So if you see here, we have used multiple layers in this die and we have created this beautiful keychain where it says fun. So what we have done is we have taken a small, beautiful this ring. We added a bell just to have some fun, some sound. And then we use the same die and we created this fun, just like this Christmas blessings, like this. And we also added a little fun element which goes with this green color. And then if you see here, this is how it is. I'm so sure that you will be loving this view of this die because this becomes very sturdy and it becomes very hard. And if you just varnish it up or maybe put glossy accent on the top of it, this becomes your lovely keychain. So do let me know in the comment section how you're liking this one. And if you like this one, then I have one more beautiful color to share with you, which is a nice, lovely yellow color. And again, the same concept has been followed here from Dress My Craft, everything. So we have used some of our acrylic chains, we have used some of our these flat back cabochons, and then again we have added something here which is called hello. So if you see this one, added a matching brad hello and then element in yellow. And then if you see, this is another house which we have done here, and this is how it looks. Again, because we have used multiple die cutouts here, so it becomes like very sturdy and very thick here. So this is the fun part of this die, that you just don't have to think about only using with paper craft. Just in case you want to play around it, you have so many beautiful options to play around. So let us know if you feel you wish to learn something like this in future. We're happy to teach it with you guys on this Bella Craft page, where you can learn how to create this beautiful house and this kind of a thing, this kind of a thing. And just to complete the whole package, I'm adding another blue to it, where you can also make something like this. So if you see, this looks very colorful and it's a great gifting idea. First of all, it's handmade. Second thing is very adorable and very cute. So you all will love it. So if you just see here, all the elements combined here are very, very cute. So I'm sure the way we are trying to show you with so much of love, the same way you are able to receive it because it's really cute. And Anu is really doing a great job by showing you how to use this die in a simple format as well. So over to Anu for doing such a beautiful job. And I'm sure you're already liking what she's creating. If you're liking, just do let us know in the comment section so that we know where we are with you.
Okay, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed a tiny little tour of those keychains that are really adorable and amazing, especially for the fun gifting ideas for this holiday season. Okay, so we were there where we were creating these backgrounds as well as the sentiment. So now that we have all the panels ready with us, let's start adding them, right? So the first panel which I have here, which is a matting panel. Now this matting panel we have kept white just to make things 3D. If you wish, if you feel that this is something you don't want to add, you just want to add the background, feel free to do that too. It is going to look perfectly well this way. However, I'm just adding this panel to get that, layers and layers effect on my card. Now, for this panel, I'm going to add it with some tacky glue. So I'm spreading the glue nicely, especially onto the edges here, this way. I'll stick it down nicely and place it well. Now that you have it stuck, if you generally face this issue where the rest of the panel sticks very well, but the edges that does not get stuck very nicely and they keep coming off after some time, then you are missing on burnishing them, right? So make sure every time you're going to add a panel, you are going to burnish it very well. It is very important. Perfect. Done. You burnish it. Now, for the next step, we have this background panel. Now, this is a very beautiful panel and I really want to lift it on my card. So to lift this panel, what I will do is I will add some three-dimensional tape on the back side of it. Now, to add the three-dimensional tape, I will use the biggest size. So this one is 18 mm. So I will be using this here and I will add this entirely to my panel. Now, this is an optional step. If you want that, 3D effect on your card, feel free to use it. Otherwise, you can skip it too. As per your liking, you can simply add it with the tacky glue. You will see this tape we are using today is a thin tape. It is not very thick, right? Generally, which you the tapes that you get locally are quite thick in the dimension, right? But this one is thin. It is from Dress My Craft, and you will see it gives you a nice amount of lift on your cards, because sometimes you only need a tiny lift on your card, a minimal lift on your card. You do not want to add, a lot of volume to your cards, right? So you can try this tape out, and you're going to get amazing results. And for people who really want a lot of volume, I will tell you that this tape layers very well. So if you want a lot of volume, with this tape you can layer it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and even 5 times as well. It is give you a nice and thick volume as well. Okay. So this is something which you can control, and you can, really play around with the depth on your projects. Now, once you have the tape on, it is very important, because we generally forget this step, that even the tapes need some burnishing, right? If you're going to burnish the tapes, they will create a nicer bond with the base, whatever base you're putting it on, and it will be much more easier for you to peel off the backings. So these does not peel off very easily, right? So this peels very well if you're, burnishing them nicely. Right now that we have the base here, I generally like to peel off in small sections. This way, it allows me, time to align my panel nicely. And once I have this aligned, I can go ahead and stick it well. I stick from one section, and then for the other section, I just simply take this and remove the rest of the backings. This way, here and here. If you're going to follow this method, I would I would make sure, and I would guarantee that you're going to have that perfectly straight edges every time on your cards. So now look at this. The tape has added a very less volume to our card. It is not bulky at all. It has just given this panel a nice lift, and it's really popping out on our card, right? Okay. So here we have the sentiment ready with us. I see the side has a lot of, more gap of the red. Red is more visible on this side, and less visible on this side as well. So what I'll do is I'll quickly chop this area off so that it looks balanced, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my trimmer, and I will just trim off this section. Perfect. So that it looks balanced from both the ways. So it generally happens with a lot of us that we start by taking a particular margin, but we ends up, having less space at the end. It generally happens with us, right? So every time it happens, I make sure that the both sides look balanced. So I chop off a little area this way. And this is a nice hack you can always try, just in case if you go a little, extra on the other side, right? Okay. So now the simple sentiment is going to really pop out on your card when we are going to add it to the center. Now, to add it to the center, again, I will take help of my foam adhesive, because I want to lift it up on my card here. Sometimes you need different sizes, because the area that you have has different measurements every time. Perfect. Done. Let's burnish. And I'm going to peel this off. But before peeling it off, let me just place it once so that I can see where the center is aligning. And I can take a margin with the help of my scale as well. So I'm going to see how much gap it is taking. So it is 1.5 inches from the side. And from the other side, if I see, it is a little more than 1.5. So I'm going to shift it a little here, because this scale is, clear, transparent. So it is giving me a nice idea where I need to put my sentiment. Okay, perfect. Now I think this is quite in the center and I'm happy with the placement. Let's quickly have a measurement for the top and the bottom as well, making sure that it's there in the center. Okay, so from the top and bottom, it is nice and perfect. What I will do is I'll place my scale over here. The best part is the measurements are like this, written over here in this format and written over there in the horizontal format as well. So it allows me to see that where I have the measurements. Perfect. This is the place where I need to add it. So now I can just go ahead and okay, and then I can just simply place it. Done. And you will see you have the sentiment right in the center. No guesswork, nothing. It's all measurements. It's all tools that is going to help you get that perfect results every time. So with this, we have our card ready to go. So it was wonderful, wonderful time, teaching you this card. Hope you've enjoyed throughout. If you have any questions, we are here. Let us know in the comment section.
Anu, that was a beautiful card. And I'll share some of the comments with you. So Isabel said the dies are lovely and the effect can be varied. She wasn't sure how the card was created and wondered if it had been embossed. So this is a full embossing technique, which is awesome.
Thank you. That's amazing to hear.
Also, very interesting. Wow. The 3D effect is lovely. This is giving me so many possibility to use dies for various cards. Everybody loved the technique. And then the spotlight effect that you did with the one colored house was very effective. They hadn't thought about using the tape to transfer the letters. What a useful idea. Anu, thank you for all the useful tips you're sharing. And you guys do. You always share the best tips.
Thank you so much. And I'm just so lost. I'm so engrossed. I'm just loving to hear what you're saying. So I'm not looking forward to let them stop. I'm like, okay, keep on going, keep on going. We're loving it. But thank you so much for having us here and giving us this chance to be in front of this wonderful and generous audience. I'm not sure if we have you here because we can't hear you. And
there we go. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I think we had lost you in between.
I know. I disappeared. I'm not sure why. But the little keychains are adorable too. I mean, I layer things a lot to give a 3D effect on a card, but to create a keychain, that's a great idea too.
Thank you.
So I want to remind everybody to like, comment, and share this video, even if you're watching the replay, because we keep the giveaway open until next Tuesday at midnight, and we'll announce the winner next Wednesday.
That's amazing.
Yes. And I want to thank Dress My Craft for being here, and we look forward. They're going to be here again in September. So maybe you guys will get used to this early morning live that we're doing. I know Isabel enjoys it because it's earlier in the afternoon for her, and Helen also is from out of the country of the US. So it's nice to have that a different time, and try different things.
And thank you so much from both our side. That's Anu and that's me
Oh,
saying thank you to both of you. And we just loved being with you. Thank you. That's our little heart for all of you.
oh, thank you. And I want everybody to remember to take a little time to craft because it's good for the soul. And that's something Lisa and I totally believe. And we will see you next week at our regular times of 12 o'clock noon and 2 o'clock Central Standard Time for 2 more fabulous lives.